The 60s were indeed an eventful time in the world, which included the assassination of JFK and Martin Luther King Jr., among other happenings. But one of that era's biggest stories was the Cambodian Civil War, which started in 1968 and lasted almost 8 years.
លោកលោកស្រីប្រិមិត្តជាទីគោរពរាប់អានខ្ញុំបាទឆាវសុងបានវិលត្រឡប់មកជួបលោកលោកស្រីសាជាថ្មីតាមរយៈកម្មវិធីជួបជាមួយនឹងឆាវសុងក្នុងទីវាលនេះដែរខ្ញុំមានកិត្តិយសបានមកចូលរួមធ្វើបទសម្ភាសន៍ជាមួយនឹងអ្នកស្រី Vera Peou Crenshaw ដែលជាអ្នកនិពន្ធសៀវភៅមួយដែលមានចំណងជើងថារហូតដល់ថ្ងៃរះហើយអ្នកស្រីបានរស់រានមានជីវិតបាទក្រោយពីបនប្រល័យពូជសាសន៍ខ្មែរក្រហមដើម្បីស្វែងយល់អ្វីដែលជាសាច់រឿងនៃបទពិសោធន៍ដែលគាត់ជាអ្នកក្បែរស្លាប់របស់គាត់នៅក្នុងអំឡុងវាលពិឃាតរបបកុម្មុយនីសនិងការឆ្លងកាត់នៅឧបសគ្គជាច្រើនក្រោយមកនៅក្នុងសភៅនេះនិងនាំអារម្មណ៍លោកអ្នកឆ្លងកាត់នៅព្រៃនៃប្រទេសកម្ពុជាវិថីនៃក្រុង Boston ទៅដល់រដ្ឋ Florida ហើយនិងរដ្ឋ South Carolina ដែលជាទីកន្លែងដែលអ្នកស្រីហើយនឹងកូនរបស់អ្នកស្រីគាត់បានប្រឈមនឹងបញ្ហានឹងភាពលំបាករួមនឹងការរងទុក្ខវេទនាក្រៃលែងរបស់ពួកគេតាំងពីអតីតកាលរហូតដល់បានទទួលជ័យជំនះដ៏អស្ចារ្យបំផុតនៅក្នុងឆាកជីវិតរបស់គាត់ដោយសារតែអភូតហេតុនិងសេចក្តីសង្ឃឹមការតស៊ូក៏ដូចជាជំនឿនៃការជួយពីព្រះយេស៊ូវតែម្ដងបាទដូច្នេះល្ងាចនេះយើងអាចមានកិត្តិយសនឹងបានជួបជាមួយនឹងអ្នកស្រី Vera ជំរាបសួរបង Vera ជំរាបសួរបង Vera ខ្ញុំមានចិត្តសប្បាយរីករាយដោយបានបងមកចូលរួមបាននៅក្នុងការធ្វើបទសម្ភាសន៍នេះនៅក្នុងកិច្ចបទសម្ភាសន៍នេះបងដឹងហើយបង Vera បងបានបងដែលឡែកគឺចំពោះបងខុសពីអ្នកដទៃខុសពីប្អូនដោយសារតែបងបានរស់នៅក្នុងបាទគេហៅថាកើតនៅត្រកូលអ្នកគេហៅថាខ្ពង់ខ្ពស់បាទមានឋានអន្តរស័ក្តិក៏បានឪពុកក៏បានបម្រើនៅគេហៅថាក្នុងជួររដ្ឋាភិបាលផងដែរអញ្ចឹងដើម្បីឲ្យបងប្អូនយើងបានយល់អំពីថាតើបងជាណានាក្រុមបងជើញនឹងក្រុមគ្រួសារបងជាណានាហ្នឹងបងអាចជួយបំភ្លឺមើលថាតើបងជាណានាឪពុករបស់បងដែលគាត់មានតួនាទីអ្វីនៅពេលនោះបាទសូមជើញ
ចាខ្ញុំសូមជម្រាបសួរខ្ញុំកើតនៅសូមទោសទី1ខ្ញុំនិយាយខ្មែរដូចបានជាមិនពិបាកបន្តិចព្រោះខ្ញុំតាំងពីនៅស្រុកអាមេរិកនេះខ្ញុំនៅតែចិត្តជាមួយពួកជនជាតិអាមេរិកហើយខ្ញុំខាននិយាយជាង30ឆ្នាំរហូតខ្មែរភាសាខ្មែរដូចជាពិបាកបន្តិចសូមអភ័យទោសខ្ញុំផង
មិនអីទេ
បាទជួនកាលខ្ញុំនិយាយអង់គ្លេសខ្លះខ្ញុំកើតនៅភ្នំពេញប៉ាខ្ញុំលោកគុយពៅគាត់ធ្វើកាលខ្ញុំនៅក្មេងគាត់ធ្វើប៉ាខ្ញុំគាត់ធ្វើ judge បងដល់ខ្ញុំអាយុពី10 នៅកំពង់ចាមគាត់ក៏បានបោះឆ្នោតទៅគាត់ជាប់ធ្វើជា senator senator 2 term and how he keep going up to diplomatic and to become CEO for the Khmer newspaper also he's also worked in the ambassador for Japan, Seoul, and Taipei.
So your father had served in the government.
Yes.
He's also a judge at the time. លោកស្រីនាងកញ្ញាជាទីមេត្រីដឹងហើយបង Vera គាត់បានឆ្លងកាត់នៅឧបសគ្គច្រើនណាស់បាននៅក្នុងឆាកជីវិតរបស់គាត់ហើយជាពិសេសទៅទៀតនៅពេលដែលគាត់បានមកដល់សហរដ្ឋអាមេរិកនេះគឺគាត់បានរស់នៅ គេហៅថាមិនមែនទីកន្លែងដូចជារដ្ឋ California យើងនោះទេបាទនៅរដ្ឋតូចមួយដែលគេហៅថាឆ្ងាយពីបងប្អូនខ្មែរយើងអញ្ចឹងភាសារបស់គាត់ប្រហែលជាពិបាកតិចនៅក្នុងការនិយាយភាសាខ្មែរហើយយើងដឹងហើយយើងម្នាក់ដែលបានឆ្លងកាត់នៅរបបបនបល័យពូជសាសន៍ហ្នឹងគឺតែងតែមាននាំមកជាមួយនៅគេហៅថាវិបត្តិនៃសុខភាពផ្លូវចិត្តផងដែរដូច្នេះសង្ឃឹមថាបងប្អូននឹងអាចយល់អញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំសូមធ្វើបទសម្ភាសន៍នេះជាភាសាអង់គ្លេសបាទជាភាសាអង់គ្លេស so your father is a judge and he also served under I would say the Lonol Republic
មុនលន់ណលគាត់ធ្វើការជាមួយនឹងសម្ដេចសៀននោះ
I see
ចាហើយដល់ម្ដាយខ្ញុំក៏គាត់ជា investor also they own rubber tree plantation they own a lot of property and គាត់ធ្វើការជាមួយនឹង Queen Monique
So life back then was like it's like very good for you.
Yeah.
You have a servant on the left and you have a chauffeur in the right. So life is very good at the time.
Yes. After that, after seeing left Cambodia to China, Lunol start. And when Lunol start, he have 3 soldiers. Lunol have 3 soldiers pointing gun behind my father.
So since you bring that up, what year was that?
Just before the Khmer rule, I think Khmer rule start in 1975. It might be maybe 1970, 72, 73. My memory is not that great.
Okay.
So my father cannot left the country because Lono has spied.
Let me pause on that spy thing. I want you to focus on. I want to really have the audience kind of know exactly who you are and how many. Can you tell us how many brother and sister that you have at the time?
I have 9 siblings altogether. 3 sisters and 6 brothers.
Wow.
And my older brother, he's a pilot. He went to Thailand to become a pilot, and me, my first daughter, and then my brother Frederick, who went to Europe to become a accounting supervisor. And after Frederick is my other brother, who is a pharmacist, studied to be a doctor and pharmacist, but they both got killed during the.
All right. So before we go into really talk about your story, how many brother and sister that's still alive today?
Right now, 4 brothers and 3 sisters.
Okay, so you lost 2 during the Khmer rule.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Did you you mentioned your father? So I can only imagine at the time. Now I want you to go back and kind of focus on the day that they forced, or in this case, the day that your father been forced to make an announcement of the posting of Prince Norodom?
Yeah, the Lono request have the soldiers point gun at him and have him announce on the radio and the TV state that the whatever the over the radio National Assembly vote to overthrow Sihanouk, and Lono is now head of Cambodia. And under this new regime, our life completely changed because we have spy like police.
Well, I can only imagine. I mean, your father is very high-ranking official. Of course, they're going to have a lot of people. In other words,
guard
your
our house.
family, particularly your father, is being watched very closely, right?
He cannot go anywhere.
Okay.
Even my younger sister shopping, the spy followed them to the market too.
Okay.
So he cannot get out the country. He can't go anywhere. I remember he told my mother to go ahead, take all the children out the country, just left him alone. But my mother refused to leave him alone. So she said, if we die, we all die together.
So, move a little bit forward now. When the Khmer moved to Phnom Penh, they took full control and forced everyone to leave.
Evacuation.
Share with us, you and your parents thought about the event took place that day.
At that night, I remember we heard a lot that night that Khmer went into the Phnom Penh. I heard a lot of bomb and explosion, lights explode from outside the house. It was dark at night, but you could see the light from the explosion through our window, all that, and we feel the shaking of the sound of the bomb. And everybody was watching TV at our house before we went to sleep that evening, before we heard the bomb. And after everyone went to sleep, every quiet, suddenly the whole city of Phnom, because we have a tall house, 3-story building, we looked through the window, it was so quiet and no any street light, no more activity. And then we got so nervous, we all ran downstairs. So my father, everybody tried to run downstairs, sit under the staircase, try to protect ourselves from the bomb, from the explosion. And after we all sit ourselves inside that staircase on the first floor, on the main house, first floor, later when the daylight start to rise, we start to hear a lot of noise, people screaming and yelling, and a lot of siren, and a lot of the truck. And when we looked through the window, we saw a whole bunch of people evacuate, a whole bunch of people from all over direction go only one way out, away from the city.
So when you saw the people evacuate on what appeared to be that the people is kind of going some places, at the time, were you voluntarily to go there, or anybody forced your family to leave?
At that time, nobody forced us to leave. But we know that something went wrong, and because we saw the Khmer soldier with the gun, long gun, short gun, all the gun around their shoulder, all that, shoot gun to the sky, and we know that bad things start to happen. We start to get nervous, and everybody start to move away from the house, and we know that our situation getting very scary. So my mom, my dad, everybody tried. They told us everybody had to get out the house, get out the house, get out the house. So we start to pack our belongings, whatever we have. I carry my baby son and try to pack, and everybody try to pack. I have jewelry, took some jewelry with me and some whatever valuable with me, and we left with 2-3 cars in our family.
When your family left that home, did you really, or at least your father or your mother, know where to go?
We had no idea where to go, but we had to go in one direction where they point us to go, which is away from the city.
So at this time, they forced you to go?
They forced every people in the street, and we had to go with their flow. We cannot go opposite direction, we're going to get killed. So we had to follow everybody, go out, try to get killed. So we try to protect ourselves, just do whatever they tell us to do. And when we get away from the city, I remember that we were camping in the street for I think might be a week or more than a week, and we keep driving, and the heavy traffic. We drive very slowly until some people run out of gasoline, and we start to see money thrown all over the street. No money, nobody. We're looking for hotel. There's no hotel, and we cannot find anything to eat. Nobody sell food or anything, you know. So we just know that.
Even they will evacuate pretty much everybody out of the capital city, and you still have the mindset of thinking that there's going to be like a life as normal, right?
We thought that one day we're going to go back to our house. We never think that we're never going to live lifetime. Okay. So nobody ever think that, one day we're going to go back home, but nobody think that way. So when as far as we keep going, we're out of food, we're out of supply, we run out of gas. And then because my father, some villager know my father through his
Well,
factory.
we're going to pause for a commercial break. So លោកស្រីប្រិមិត្តជាទីគោរពរាប់អានសូមមេត្តាកុំជើញទៅណាយើងនឹងបន្តនៅការធ្វើបទសម្ភាសន៍ជាមួយនឹងអ្នកស្រី Vera នៅពេលដែលយើងវិលត្រឡប់មកវិញសូមអរគុណ
While the multifaceted battle between the communist Khmer Rouge, North Vietnam, and Viet Cong against the Kingdom of Cambodia, the Republic of Vietnam, and the US-backed Khmer Republic claimed many lives, survivors did rise from the ashes.
លោកស្រីប្រិមិត្តជាទីគោរពរាប់អានយើងបានវិលត្រឡប់មកវិញនៅការធ្វើបទសម្ភាសន៍ជាមួយនឹងអ្នកស្រី Vera បាទបន្តទៅទៀតដូច្នេះដែលសូមលោកស្រីមេត្តាតាមដានស្ដាប់ដូចតទៅ Sister Vera, let's move a little bit forward to because along the road I know that in your book there's a lot of stuff before you reach to even to the village and all of that, but I want you to focus the day that Angka took your father away. Can you share with us about that?
Yes. What, as far as I remember, it was still in year 1975. So after the villages rescue our family across the river, we end up in a small town called Akakao. And we try to settle in that area, try to find bamboo, a straw to build our hut. And that time, we have nothing to eat. So from that point on, I am as an older child. I had from sunrise to sunset, I had to go out, salvage food, exchange food with any valuable we have to bring to feed my family. And my younger brother tried to fish, get a net to fish in a small stream. You know, Cambodia has fish everywhere. Everywhere have water, there are fish. Yeah. And my mother tried to gather all the edible wild green vegetables that grow along the street to cook. And my older brother, Scott, the pilot, and the maitre, those two start to use their talent to repair wristbands for the Khmer soldiers, just to salvage a little bit what we can, the villagers give to us to eat. One day, when I came back home, my father was disappeared. And my whole body was so shocked. I know that my husband already gone. My brother Scott's girlfriend already left the country back to Thailand. And now my father gone. So my life completely no longer the same. Nobody wanted to tell me where my father at when I asked where my dad was.
Did mom ever want to tell us?
At the end, few hours later, my mom finally told me that a soldier came with the my father's picture in the newspaper. They pointed paper, told everybody, this is your picture, this is Mr. Koiper picture. And the picture looked much as him, so nobody cannot lie or anything. So they took him everything, and my heart was so broken. And the next day when I go scavenging for food, I spend a lot of time look around searching for my dad, but no one knows where he at.
At the time, have you ever thought of he coming back?
We just don't know what's going on. We thought that he might coming back in some point in time. You know, he will never disappear. I'm sure one day he come back to meet us again, and we were reunited us together. We go back home, but day after day, week after week, we don't hear any news or come back home. And one evening, when after come from scavenging food, I got almost to my home before dark. I got hit on the back of my neck with a long gun by soldiers. I fell to the ground, and when I looked up, I saw soldiers with the black uniform walk away with his gun, and my mother ran toward me, tried to help me, tried to plead him not to hit me anymore. Ever since I had my neck and my shoulder injury, never healed.
So a soldier just intentionally want to kill you at the time?
For some reason, I don't know why. Okay. I no explanation at all why he hit me, tried to kill me without explanation. And so we continue. It was cold that night. I saw my mother look very sad. Everybody sad and quiet in our heart. So we went to sleep. It was raining season. It's getting cold in Cambodia. Raining season is getting cold. It's not as cold out here. It's no winter there. It's just only hot raining season and cold. It's cold. It's like spring here. You know, not even like spring. It's not that cold. A few days later, we heard all the soldiers come and tell all the refugees, all the people who not live in the village, whoever come from the city, had to take the train. Yeah, take the train, long old train, and they took us further from where we at, toward the far away from the toward jungle. As far as I understand, toward Thai border, somewhere near Battambang. So the train was full pack of people. Every stand next to each other side by side.
Nobody know anything.
Nobody know what's going on, not whatsoever. Poor my son, we don't have any meal to feed him. Whatever my mom found, field that grow corn, baby corn.
Let me ask you about your son. You mentioned about your son. Later in the book that I read, and then it turns out to be Alex.
Alex, yes.
Yeah. How old was Alex at the time?
Alex just born, maybe a couple months old, still breastfeed.
Months old.
And his father left back to Kampong Thom and never.
Wait a minute. So when you left Phnom Penh, your husband
gone back home
with you, but he gone back, or he just
we got married not long before the Khmer took over, and we traveled back and forth to see my father in Phnom Penh.
Yeah.
And that week, for some reason, he took me and my baby back to stay with my parents, and he flew back home.
I see.
And then ever since, we never meet him again.
So he's also the governor.
Yes.
Yes.
And I was mentioned earlier, my brother Scott, he went to Thailand. He met his girlfriend from Thailand. She also left Cambodia.
So they put you all in a packed train moving to a destination of unknown.
Unknown.
Now you got there. What happened?
when we get off the train, we will stay very short time in a small village. That village is it's a nice village. Have a nice looking house, have beautiful scenery, all that, and people in that village cook a lot of food in that giant pot.
So at least it make you feel at the time that God, this is it. We find a place where we can stay, right? Got food to eat and all of that.
After we have no food for so long. And I saw my brother Scott, who is a pilot, and my brother Maitre, who is a pharmacist. Both of them so hungry, and they eat a plate after plate after plate after plate. I feel so sorry. That's my memory. I have last memory with those two brothers. Yeah. And soon after that, the next day, the soldiers came and took us away from that place and brought us deep further into the jungle.
Were they just took your family or took the entire group, everybody?
Everybody to inside the jungle to work in the field. That's the destination of the killing field.
Okay.
Start.
All right. So, in your book, you mentioned that you survived 3 times, right? You're a 3-time survivor. So, walk us through. How did you feel when the soldier took you the first time?
The first time, it was first miracle that God started to perform miracle in my life. At the time, I didn't even know God. I didn't even appreciate God was exist. So all I survive is try to survive day by day. Every morning when sunrise with the morning dew still on the ground, they walk us into the muddy field with a whole bunch of leech, try to suck our blood.
Okay. Leech.
Yeah. So everybody walk inside the muddy water to grow rice.
Yes.
And for some reason, the leech keeps sucking my blood wrapped around my ankle. I got so nervous every time the leech come and suck my blood. I tried to grab them and pull it out from my skin. It was so slimy. When I pulled it out, I saw the blood dripping from its mouth.
Yeah.
And my performance growing field never do as fast as everybody else.
So is that the reason why they took you away?
Yeah, because I don't
the requirement.
Never fast enough. Okay. So every start to pay attention to me, try to make fun of me. Even people from the city, some of them don't like the way I work so slow, and they don't like me.
Well, I can imagine because they feel as though you are the one who can make all of them look bad.
Exactly, yeah.
And they pretty much know what happens next.
Yeah. So the next day, after every make fun of me, I feel like I got so nervous. So the next day, instead of go to work in the field, one soldier came and asked me to follow him, and he took me onto the canoe.
Okay. Now, when he took you onto that canoe,
yeah,
is it just by yourself there, or is everybody right there with?
Just only me.
Okay.
And everybody got nervous when they saw the soldiers took me away. They know that.
So there are people who see that, right? Who saw that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they know that that's it. I'm gone. I never come back.
Of course.
And I got so nervous myself. I cannot say anything. That soldier used to be friendly with me to start with, and he didn't tell me where he's gonna take me either. So I just sit on the canoe, and he keep rolling the canoe. After a while, we reach a small island, and when I look around, it was a wide water, like ocean, with a small island at the middle of nowhere. He dropped me off there, and people who over there, nobody pay attention to me.
So there are people living on
There
that
are
island.
people living in that island, and there's some people still wear sarong instead of wear black and pants and white black skirt. Some very few wear uniform, black uniform. So one lady, she told me to follow her, to stay with close to her in the building. So I follow her. I remember when I follow her, next to it I saw chicken, and I saw chicken egg. And I grabbed that egg and I hide it, tried to bring to my son. I thought I'm gonna save that egg
You
and bring to
still
my son.
have that mindset,
Yeah,
regardless of what they're gonna do to you.
yeah.
Okay.
And people there, it's not criticize me anymore. They not look down at me how far I do the job or anything anymore.
So you spent some time on that island then?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay.
And I have better food to eat, so they eat real food, real rice, and real fish. Which
So-
on the field we don't have that
So
kind of
in
food.
the book, you mentioned that your body is being flowed on that river.
Later, after that, one day I don't know what happened. I might have got hit, punctured with the fish fin or something, and maybe the fin might have some kind of toxic or something.
Okay, poison, yeah.
Poison something. I was unconscious, and suddenly I don't know where I was. And then I did not know long time ago after she told me that she found a body float around where we used to live before they took me to the island. She said,
where your family stay and the new island that soldier took you to is not that far away.
I don't know, maybe not, but nobody know that island.
Nobody
so
know.
we cannot see from where we at to that island. Nobody see it, long distance. And I don't know how long my body will float from that island to the killing field where we were. But she told me that she found body float, and she didn't even, it was me. So she asked villager to come and look at the body. And she was eyewitness. And people saw that the body is still alive, so they tried to drag my body onto the shore. And then when I woke up, I was with my mother and my son again.
Wow. That's another miracle right there, right?
Miracle, yeah.
Well, your story just got more interesting, but we have to go to a commercial break. Yeah. When we come back, there's more interview with Vera's sister. Yeah, don't go away.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For themselves when it was all said and done. One of them was a Cambodian woman by the name of Kuna, later to be known as Vera. This book chronicles her harrowing saga. Vera's story begins when war broke out and the family's livelihood and business were totally destroyed. From there, she looked death directly in the eye as she and her family traveled through the infamous Khmer Rouge killing fields.
លោកស្រីប្រិមិត្តជាទីគោរពរាប់អានខ្ញុំសូមស្វាគមន៍លោកស្រីវិលត្រឡប់មកការធ្វើបទសម្ភាសន៍ជាមួយនឹងអ្នកស្រី Vera ពៅ Crenshaw លោកស្រីដឹងហើយណែពីមួយដំណាក់ទៅមួយដំណាក់នៃការឆ្លងកាត់នៅក្នុងបរិបទណែរបបបល្ល័យពូជសាសន៍ខ្ញុំជឿជាក់ថាបងប្អូនប្រកាសជាមានបទពិសោធន៍មិនជាខុសគ្នាប៉ុន្មានបាទមិនខុសគ្នាប៉ុន្មានពីអ្នកស្រីទេក៏ប៉ុន្តែសាច់រឿងរបស់អ្នកស្រីវាមានគេហៅថាអភូតហេតុផ្ទួនព្រួនគ្នាដែលគួរឲ្យចម្លែកអញ្ចឹងដើម្បីស្វែងយល់យើងសូមវិលត្រឡប់មកការធ្វើបទសម្ភាសន៍ជាមួយអ្នកស្រីវិញម្ដងបាទសូមអរគុណ Sister Vera go ahead and finish off about your body now that you are back home what happened
Now that I start to read the Bible, and it reminds me of the Isaiah 43:2, the Bible said, "When you pass through the water, I will be with you, and when you pass through the river, they will not sweep over you." So life my mother, when I came back the first time, I heard my mother told me about some kind of vision that she saw, some kind of
maybe your dreams of hers,
something
right?
talking about somebody tried to protect me, and she told me that, but at that time I didn't even pay attention because during the time I was so nervous all the time, and I feel like my head is not with me anymore. But I remember the soldiers, everything, start to send me back to work in the field again. And this time they send me further away from my mother and from my son to work in a grow rice field further away with people about my age. Because
when you came back from that, at the time, I gone through that too. But every time they took people away, people never come back.
Never come back.
What's the villager thought about that? Even your family thought about you coming back.
It's just something extraordinary, strange. And I don't even believe that I come back either. Even people who live in that village, no one never think ever people come back, you know.
I would assume at the time you were thought about God, right?
Yeah.
That this is all about miracle. This is about God, somehow that God helped you and all of that. So since you bring it up about the Bible, when did you start believe in Jesus?
I still not believe in Jesus for so long because I read in Buddhism. In Cambodia, most people in Cambodia is Buddhism.
Right.
And at that time, we not even care. You know, during the Khmer rule, they not believe in God. They don't believe in anything. So we live in that society. We don't pray God. We don't think about God. You know, everybody try to survive.
So I would say that you didn't.
I
At the
did not
time,
know
you
God.
just thought about it's all a miracle that it helped you.
After long period of time, then I start to. It must have been some kind of miracle because it was unusual.
Now, because there's a lot story to cover, I just want you to focus on the next one, the third
The second
time,
and third.
the third time that they took you away. You describe in the book what appeared to be it was covered with fogs or the clouds and all of that.
It was second time before that.
Second time before
Second
that.
time. The second time, when I worked in the field, and after no food for so long, they feed us with just the water, with a whole bunch of rice, tiny piece of rice with water, and wild vegetable for so long. When the time come to harvest, everybody in that village prepare. They have string to tie on under the bottom pan.
Yeah.
And when they harvest rice, they hide all the rice inside their pan, you know, and they with the strong string they save. I did not prepare. I saw people hide, so I feel like this is opportunity for me too. So I'm looking around for string to tie bottom of my pan, and all I saw at that time is a long straw, you know, and that straw looked long from the field,
Nice.
and it looked like a string. So I used several of them tie on the bottom of my pan, and when I saw people hide, I tried to drop all them inside my pan, you know, and my pan get bulky.
Yeah.
And when we finished from the muddy water, walk on the ground,
Yeah.
everybody not break, the string not break, but mine broke. So all the grain come from my bottom and spread all over the ground. So that's why soldiers caught me stealing rice. That night they took me to one area away from everybody else, so I didn't came home to my hut. And the next morning they brought me to execute with a whole bunch of Khmer soldiers. I don't know where they come from. I heard one of them, the guy that took me through the canoe, was there too. He looked staring at me like he got angry with me, and I was nervous. Suddenly I saw a skinny soldier walk in, and he speak in front of everybody. He asked permission to take me to kill me himself with his own hand. So everybody said, okay, they let me go with that soldiers. And the soldiers took me away from everyone. After far away from everyone, at nowhere. I turned around, he was disappeared. And I was by myself in a strange place. And the tall building is tall, built by old house with the wood above the ground. Suddenly, a young group girl come to me, smile at me and give me some fruit to eat. And they asked me to come and help them looming, weaving material cloth. You know, they build to make material, the loom.
Yeah.
And I said, this job is very wonderful for me, sit under the shade and have all good food and everything. I love it. I want to stay there.
So you thought that he's going to take you away and kill you,
Yeah.
and turns out to be that he probably saved you.
Save me, yeah. And in a strange place where I don't know, nobody know me. In a strange, completely different young people around me with good fruit and good food. And after that, I don't know how I get back to meet my son and my mother again.
So you came back.
I came back. I don't know how. I just don't know how. And during the Khmer rule, you cannot walk from one area to the next area. You had to have some kind of group leader permission to pass, like passport, to go from one section to other section. And I don't know how I got back with my mom.
No, that's not the point. The point, you came back and you still lived to tell the story.
Yeah. And this time, all the group leader and a lot of people who work in that village become very serious about me, why I keep coming back. After they took to kill two times, I still coming back. What's wrong with this girl? So, but I walk like a zombie because I'm nervous, I'm scared. Whoever talk about me, I don't even pretend like I'm here or anything. That time,
Were your mom still alive?
My
at
mother
the time?
still alive, and I could see her lost a lot of weight. She looked skinny like a young teenager girl instead of normal woman. But she don't eat, all she does smoke cigarette after cigarette after cigarette. But I can't do anything to help her. At that time, the group leaders started to get angry with me. This time, they said they're going to take me and put me with them, with all the close supervision, all the group leaders, not around other people who do the, from the city anymore. They put me in with them. And one group leader with a gold kid, I could see her in long time from the beginning. She never liked me. She looked at me like a horse. She made fun of me that time that she's gonna kill me, right? I'm gonna die in her hand sooner or later. She made fun of me, and I can't say anything. I'm so nervous. That night, we sleep. They put me to sleep in the same building with them. In that building, it was no moon, no star. It was pitch black.
From that point till the day that your mother passed, did you recall anything at all?
Yeah, she passed right after I come back from that third miracle. You know, when I saw the white cloud come and cover me, when the soldiers got ready to kill me.
So that was the third one that I'm really interested in, and I think the audience would want to know too.
Yeah.
You described that he walked behind you, you walk in front of him, then what appeared to be like a big cloud.
Big cloud.
You don't see anything. All of a sudden, the cloud disappeared.
Yeah.
He also disappeared.
So yeah, I pee on that bowl. That's how they got mad with me, and they took me to be killed. At night, I cannot go to pee. At night, I crawl with my hand and my knee looking for something to pee, so I don't want to get wet on people. They found that I pee on the bowl, so they took me to kill. They took me in the prison time, and that next day, the soldier asked me to follow him. He take me away from everywhere they got killed. They killed people right there, and it was a very scary place. Suddenly, it was dark in the evening. Sun almost set, get dark at night. It looked like after 5 o'clock. Suddenly, I don't smell any burning smoke or anything. Suddenly I saw some kind of cloud, white cloud, just go like that, and get bigger, and suddenly cover up me, and I cannot see anything. And Cambodian have no snow or anything, and I couldn't find any smoke or burning either. It was completely dark, and so after the dark disappeared, I was by myself. The soldiers were gone, nowhere to be found. And that's how that evening I followed by the sunset, I followed back and somehow I got back to meet my mother again in the dark. I saw her through the lamp. She still sit alone, everybody else went to sleep. That's soon after that she changed my name and then she passed away.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, because of the miracle, what you so-called that, they took you away, you still coming back. They took you away, you still coming back. What happened to those folk who live with you and what they think?
A lot of people took away, a lot of them gone, disappeared, including to my brother.
What did you have that they don't?
I don't have anything. My body shake too much and I know that I'm gonna die. My brain just got so numb.
Yeah.
That not long the Vietnamese took over Cambodia.
Right. So now the Vietnamese invade Cambodia, 1979.
Yeah.
Share with us the journey to the refugee camp.
Yeah, it was a long story between that two. I worked at Battambang City hospital for a while, and then I met Seoul, and I got Seoul. Mother tried to separate him to Australia, but he didn't go to Australia. He came in the refugee camp in Thailand, and he sent somebody to come and bring me with him to refugee camp in Thailand.
So you happened to meet with a gentleman who was your classmate?
Yeah, my classmate.
And you didn't even know about?
I didn't even recognize him, but he recognized me. And
then somehow I would say that he fell in love with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
He got me a job in Battambang Hospital with his father, and he fell in love with me. He took me to, instead go to Thailand. His father is a doctor from before the war, and he became a director of the hospital in Battambang. He got me a job with him in Battambang. So after he fell in love with me, his mother tried, already arranged him married with their friend.
Yes,
so he decided
he's
not married with her friend. He, instead of go to Australia, he asked me to meet him in refugee camp. That's how we got.
So at the time you mentioned in the book that you follow his instruction. You did not take Alex with you. You go there.
Yeah.
You've been in the refugee camp. Then all of a sudden, there's a third guy came. The second guy.
A doctor. Yeah.
What happened?
Well, when I went to refugee camp, I know that his mom don't want him to be sold to be with me, and I tried to pay for my brother Rick in Australia to bring me and my son and my sibling to meet me at the camp. So we reunited with sibling and my son. At that time, I decided because I went to private school, I learned how to speak English and French. So I got a job in German ward in refugee camp, and the German doctor proposed to marry me. And when Saul found out, he tried to commit suicide. And ever since, he captured my heart. I don't want him to die, so I decided to stay with him while Dr. Hendrik went back to Germany to do paperwork to sponsor me. When Dr. Hendrik came back, I tried to hide myself from him, but he found me. At that time, I was pregnant with Saul, and I decided I'm going to stay with Saul. I don't want my daughter to lose her dad again, because my son already lost his dad.
During of that time, then there's another incident that you all had to come back,
Yeah.
leave the refugee camp,
Yeah.
and came back to Cambodia.
Yes, the Thai government sent all the refugees back to Cambodia. Good thing I don't bring my son in the first time. My son wouldn't survive because we had to cut through jungle, all the mountain, everything. A lot of people died with starvation. And because so afraid to go back home, he decided to take me back to Battambang Hospital, refugee camp, second time.
It's a little bit right there. There's a conflict, but I don't want to go into the detail of what happened to Saul.
Yeah.
The man that you give your love to him. Now, there's a German doctor who offered to take you to Germany. You declined because you love the guy, and he's being keen on you and all of that, but we're not going to go there.
Yeah.
We know your story. The people will understand more when they read your story. It's heartbroken, and he turned back on you.
Between two lovers.
Yeah.
And because when Saul tried to commit suicide, the whole rumor throughout the whole camp, and that's how they broke. That's why Saul tried to. A lot of women try to attract
the rumor
Saul.
that is not true.
Yeah.
Was it?
They accuse me that I'm a bad woman. Try to go to get doctor and turn Saul down, and they try to get Saul away from me. That's how our relationship between Saul and me falling apart when I saw him sleep with a woman.
Okay, let's fast forward. Now you already commit with Saul. You have Alex. You carry your baby, and so forth. Fast forward. 3 countries that you decide that you want to go. France, Germany,
and Australia.
Australia also, so
Yeah.
that's 4 of them.
Yeah.
What made you decide to come to the U.S.?
The reason I picked to come to you, I was blind. I was blind because I had my baby with Saul. I don't want to go because the experience I've been through during the communist Khmer rule. And when I was in school, I studied about Hitler in Europe. And I know I have a lot of friends who went to Europe that have a lot of communist thing going on. And I scared of it. When I heard communist, I don't want to go. And I heard Hitler at that time, Berlin Wall broke down, all that. So I tried to come to U.S. And that's the mistake I made.
So when you got a chance to come to the U.S., where did you resettle? And when you first arrived, and was everything as you expected when you came to the U.S.? I'm
not happy at all because one thing, I came to U.S. without my sibling with me. I regretted so much not bring my sister, my brother with me. Just me, Saul, and and my other brother. I want him to come with me. He turned it down, and he brought his friend to come with me instead. And my heart is so broken. That's how some people come to me.
Well, your heart is broken because your brother and your sister didn't come with you.
Yeah.
But the real broken heart is probably when Saul left you. What happened?
Well. Saul after he committed suicide, he started to have a lot of girlfriends. Because I work all the time and he stay home taking care of the baby, and he started to have a lot of contact with a lot of female friends. And when he come to U.S., after I saw Saul sleep with a woman not far away from me, I started to distrust him. And then he hardly stay home. He always invited everybody a lot of women invite him. So I went to his friend, and one of the women who know the story about me when Saul tried to commit suicide, she make fun of me. She said, "Oh, you tried to marry with a doctor."
So there's still somebody who, even then, okay.
Yeah.
So walk us through, because you've gone through so much during that time. Share with us how you end up, at the time, your daughter's already born, am I correct?
Yes, she's just born.
Okay.
Still breastfeed when I come to U.S.
you also, two of your kids, Alex and Moni,
Yeah.
and yourself,
Yeah.
end up in a women's shelter.
What
What happened?
Well, I end up in northeastern Massachusetts, and so not with me anymore, and I decided to go back to college. I was on Dinsley. I subbed into the Northeastern University, which I had to move away, but because the children and I had nobody help me with my children. I went to church. I started to know a lot of Christian, but my head at that time, I don't even know God, Jesus that much yet. But I'm far away from a Khmer community. I never been around temple or Buddhism. All around is Christian, and a lot of Christian people helped me, try to help me babysit my children. Not long after that, I got a job for federal government in Massachusetts. I worked at Lynn Courthouse and St. Elizabeth Hospital. I had 2 jobs, and I tried to finish more degree. I went back to Boston University, and life started to very hectic to me, taking care of 2 children, and worked one almost full-time job and the other part-time job. And it rush, try to taking care of everything. And with the cold temperature in Massachusetts, it's so cold, and with my neck injury, it's just hard for me to sleep because every cold is getting to my shoulder, my neck, and with the homework and taking care of children, try to get children to school, not miss the bus. I lost a lot of sleep, and I started to have baggy eye.
So in your book, you mentioned that at one time, you met a new man.
Yeah, because I work for the federal, okay. I went to different meeting, how I met Dan.
Okay.
And he told me that he gonna move to South Florida, and I know Florida is warmer, and I'm looking for a warmer place because I don't like cold. I don't like to live in a cold place. That's how.
So, I mean, when the people read a book, they're gonna find out more about all of that. But what's interesting about that is, now you met a man who you think that is gonna help you make a new life. Now, during the time you mentioned in the book that you were in Florida, he back in California trying to finish grad school.
Not Florida, South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Yeah.
So he's in California.
He's North Carolina.
He's in North Carolina.
Yeah, he went to North Carolina to finish his thesis.
Okay.
To get doctor degree.
Okay. Then one day, then you receive a yellow envelope. Tell us about that.
It was well, Don is he's. I never know him that well. I know him through the meeting, through my job. I want to come with him to Florida. I need somebody to bring me to Florida, and I asked him. I want to go with him, but I don't want to go single mother with 2 children. Yeah. If we're going to go together, I asked him to marry me. He married me, okay. And he been.
So basically, you invite him and you ask him to marry you.
Yeah.
Okay.
He got a job in Florida. Okay. Yeah. So he moved us, me, my 2 children, and the cat. And my son never want to move to Massachusetts because my son get ready to prepare himself to go to MIT. He's a very smart boy. He was so grumpy to move him away from his career. And I thought, because my son was so smart, anywhere he could go to school from wherever he at. And I just feel like I need to get rid of a cold winter to find warmer place.
So you were in Florida. You were in Florida with Don, right? His name Don.
Dan,
right?
yeah.
Then he went to South Carolina.
He went to South Carolina to get his thesis. Yeah, and we
so
moved.
now he's working on his school and all of that, right?
But he never stay home. We stay at the dorm, dormitory.
So you help him. Whenever he needs, you send him the money, you do whatever it is that he asks for. He had an access to your bank account.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, you receive an envelope.
Yeah. with the
you
divorce
thought
request me to
at the
divorce.
time,
Yeah.
what's gone through your mind?
It was heartbroken. During the dawn, he lived at the dormitory and he got dizzy. He moved to North Carolina. He never told me. And when I went to North Carolina, I found out that he had involved with other Asian, Korean woman, and she might not have any children. She might be single.
It seemed like any man that you
yeah,
met, it's
yeah,
all the same story.
All the same story. So I signed the paper. So I decided to sign the paper. And that time, God miracle put me, when I bought a house next to my husband.
So,
Ted.
So you bought a home before you even met Ted?
Ted, yeah. I
Okay.
didn't even know Ted.
Okay.
But I bought a home next to him. It
Okay.
turned out to be he's single
Okay. So Don was out of your life.
out my life. And we
Then
never
you
know.
happen to bought a home, then all of a sudden Ted is in your picture.
Yeah. And I didn't even know that Ted gonna be my husband or anything because he's my neighbor, you know.
Right.
He's a young guy. He's younger than me.
I could imagine that,
And
back then.
I never intend to marry with somebody younger than me.
Uh-huh.
But Ted helped me, you know. At that time, I lost my job. I didn't say goodbye to people before I left Massachusetts. I didn't get 3-day notice or anything. And
Should I say you are very vulnerable? at the
very
time?
vulnerable, yeah. And I tried to get assistance to get help to pay the bill, but I couldn't. I've been turned down because I own a house. And the social worker turned out to be the lady live in the same neighborhood I live. She knows where I live.
All right.
So I didn't turn down. I don't get any assistance at all.
So,
And
so now you met Ted,
I met
right?
Ted, yeah.
You met Ted. God, you thought that everything should be over.
should be okay.
You're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Build a new life.
Yeah.
Move on. Then all of a sudden the world come
Turn
down on
upside
you
down
again.
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, Ted grew up in a dysfunctional family. His mom and dad been separate. He never close to his mother. He always lived with his dad. In the story, every time he woke up, he told me that he heard mom and dad getting fight with each other. He saw that hit his mother on the back of her head with the shower, all kinds of stuff. And he became very nervous ever since his young age. So, but I didn't know all that until we wrote the book. That's how I found out. But I found out that every time Ted's father, before he died, he ended up moved back with his mom. And I didn't understand why Ted complained about his dad moved back with his mom.
So even after you met Ted, your life now become a nightmare. Not
Right.
because of Ted,
No.
but because of Ted's mom
Yeah.
and all of that. And somehow you decide to hold on to your marriage.
Yeah, for some reason, I'm trying very hard because I have no family, I have no relative, and I try so hard to get Ted's mother to accept us, especially to accept my children, you know. And I'm trying to do everything to please her, but she favored her younger son. She never eat with her. I found out that too late that without her younger son, she never sit down eat with her, and she always accused me that I took everything from her. She wanted
Now-
to stay single.
Now your daughter grown,
Yeah, my daughter.
become grown teenager.
My son already left to college.
Already
the first
left
year
to
we got
college.
married.
And somehow, because of the issue that you had with Bertha, your mother-in-law,
Yeah,
that caused your daughter
to run away from her. She dropped out of high school. What happened? My daughter still not getting to high school yet. She's still in junior high. She's only 13 years old. But because every time Ted go to check his dad every weekend, I go with him, and he stayed with his dad. He's not close to his mother, and I let him stay with his dad. And I'm helping his mother babysit all her grandchildren. You know, she loves her younger son children, and I do everything to help her cook, clean,
I know.
everything.
I mean, this is nothing, but in the book, you wrote pretty much everything.
Yeah.
You even gone far as to call her a monster.
Yeah.
And can you imagine, for a certain people to call somebody a monster, it gotta be something serious.
Serious. She abused me. She verbally abused me. She's irritated me. She accused me all kinds of stuff. And I feel like, you know, I don't know how to escape it. And every time I come home, my irritation that I couldn't fight for myself irritate my daughter.
Well, it's irritate you enough to cause your daughter
to drop out of school.
Away.
Yeah. And then when my son finished university, he got a job at work for Pisco in Ukraine. He came back that day. She found out that both children come back home. She drove from her house. It's more than an hour drive to my house without even tell her she come in.
You know, your story, this is why I really want you to come on set, because you might think that Ted came from a broken family. But on the other hand, look in a real picture that there are a lot of Khmer lady like yourself are facing today as we speak. Mm-hmm. That they're very happy. But then all of a sudden move in with the in-law, then life starts turning upside down. But the issue, different issue from them with you, was that you are able to turn that around. They're not. Have you at any time in your life thought about commit suicide?
Several times. I feel like my pain was so strong after my children ran away from home. It was so empty. That's all I have. My children is everything to me. Yeah. I love them so much. I lost job after job after job. And after they left me, they will never come back. They hide away from me. They never let me know where they at. I feel like I get to the point that I had to make things turn around. I had to get myself going. And every friend, I don't have an Asian friend, but a few friends that I know, they met me, they say they feel so bad for Ted married to a psycho because I have nervous breakdown.
Well, no doubt that you still have some sort of remorse over that. But let me ask you this. In your book, at the very end, you wish some way, somehow, both of your kids can understand you.
Yeah.
And can forgive you.
Yeah. I've been praying for almost 30 years.
That's not just from both of them. Mm-hmm. You also went on to ask for the forgiveness from your sister. Mm-hmm. And that is something that, I mean, I don't know how much you have gone through. Have you ever had a chance to talk to both of your kids? If not, I mean, see that camera there looking at you? What say you to Alex and Moni?
And my book, that's how I become an investor on my land of suffering, that I have no hope at all. Grief, I went through grief, sorrow, emptiness, loneliness syndrome. I got to the point that, you know, I have nothing else to fight for. Suddenly God come and turned my life around, and He made me to become an investor without money. Without experience being an investor, without experience with real estate, I've been lost a lot. My first year, I lost more than 100,000, borrow money from the bank without money, and some of them from Ted stock. So the first year that the crook took the money, walked out, and he demolished my property down.
Well, I understand what you're trying to get us into, but I would rather have them reading your book without you telling everything about that, because in your book, it's everything. It's everything, because this book, I think, is beautifully written. And I would encourage everybody to read the book. If I, who never liked to read the book, and somehow read the entirety of your book, maybe that's a miracle too.
Yeah.
I don't know. But some way, somehow, it really captivates my mind. I want to turn the page.
Yeah.
So I did that. So that's about that. Now I'm very happy because in your book you have your sister and yourself. It's not really kind of should I say, right?
Yeah.
But is it now that you become a sisterhood? Like
Yeah.
it's a normal now
Yeah.
or what?
Yeah, my grandson's birthday this year especially, we reunited each other again. My son, my daughter, my brother, sister from Australia, from Europe, come and join us together. And now I become investor. I suddenly grant me 17 property. And after COVID, I sold 5 property. I pay off all my loan, and I become financial freedom. And then I didn't even know how to read and write English. Suddenly, I become an author with 2 different books. Can I borrow your book to show the audience? And my first book is
Right over here?
my first book is Crime for Justice: Survival Through Miracle. And then my second book is Until the Day Dawn. And I want to tell everybody that our life is never give up our life. You know, whatever happen, we have to keep going and keep praying and keep God's command without suffering, without go through pain and suffering. We never grown up. And through all the pain and suffering I went through, I beginning crying out to God. And I become a Christian, and I have faith in God, that God is really exists. So just continue to put God first, follow His command, doing good thing, doing good deed. God is with us from the beginning till the end.
I think you're very well said, although, we believe in the different thing. You believe in Jesus like I believe in Buddhists. So we all believe in God some way, somehow, that we believe in the miracle. But put that aside, I think your story is really tell us one thing, that for so long as you don't give up, you will succeed in life.
Yes.
Yeah, because I can only imagine 3 times
and in
that
U.S.
they're
so many
trying
times.
to kill you, taking you away. Here you keep coming back.
And without money,
That's a one area.
Yeah.
Now you met a few men, right? You thought that this man would be the love of your life, and all of a sudden they keep stacking up, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All of a sudden, there's at the end, you met Ted. I think Ted might be the right one for you.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that, because despite the fact that his mom to you is a monster,
Yeah.
you're still here.
Yeah.
Ted's still here. So this is quite amazing, because your story is all the lady out there should be looking up to you.
Yes.
Now that you're telling them that you believe in God, on this channel, there's our people, some believe in Buddhism, and there are some convert to Christianity. We believe in all of that. So there are folks who believe in the Jesus. This is it. You might want to read more about that. And everybody, this book has a lot of information. I know even you and I went through all of that, but if you think what you went through is all that, read this book. Then you'll see. Then you'll see why it is faith, hope, and perseverance that really carry all of us through. So with that, Sister Vera,
Yeah.
I want to thank you so much. This is another miracle, because I don't know who you are. All I know is that the director of Khmer TV and say, Charles, would you like to interview Vera? I said, who is she? And she said, oh, Vera is the author of blah, blah, blah. And I said, okay, but when he invited me, I thought that we just, okay, come on board and we do the interview. But it turns out that I have to read all the books to get all the information, which I am so glad that I did that. So I want to thank you so much on behalf of the Khmer TV. Tony, KV, and I want to thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm sure that a lot of people at home want to thank you too for coming on. And if people would want to purchase that book, how?
They could purchase through Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and every Christian book and several, even Walmart online sell that too.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, okay. So you heard it. If you would like, which I encourage you to do, the book is $16.99.
Yes.
Hard copy.
Yeah.
Beautiful written. So if you would like to learn more, hear more about Sister Vera Peou Crenshaw, go online to Amazon, go to Barnes and Noble, go to the Christian store. There's a lot of them out there. Purchase the book, read more. And I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you after you read it, and you might want to come back and share with us. Until then, again, sister.
Thank you so much.
Good to see you after all. Thank you so much. លោកស្រីអ្នកនាងកញ្ញាជាទីមេត្រីបាទបងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នាបានឮហើយនៅដំណើរជីវិតរបស់អ្នកស្រី Vera Peou Crenshaw បាទសាច់រឿងនេះវាមិនខុសប្លែកពីសាច់រឿងអ្វីដែលបងប្អូនបានឆ្លងកាត់ក៏ប៉ុន្តែអ្វីដែលគាត់បានឆ្លងកាត់គឺដំណាក់កាលទៅដំណាក់កាលមួយវាហាក់បីដូចជាមានភាពគេហៅថាផ្ទួនគ្នាហើយភាពជាស្ត្រីដែលបានឆ្លងកាត់នៅភាពលំបាកទុក្ខវេទនាទាំងឡាយទាំងចិញ្ចឹមបីបាច់ថែរក្សាកូនឆ្លងកាត់នៅអ្វីទាំងអស់គ្រប់ឆាកជីវិតតាំងពីគ្មានអ្វីរហូតដល់ខ្លួនឯងបានទទួលបានមហាជោគជ័យនៅក្នុងឆាកជីវិតរបស់គាត់សប្តាហ៍ថ្ងៃដោយគាត់បាននៃជំរាបបងប្អូនអញ្ចឹងគាត់មានគេហៅថាអគារបាទដល់ម្ចាស់អគារដល់ទៅ16បានអញ្ចឹងមានន័យថាគាត់បានគឺថាគាត់មិនអោយគេហៅថាជីវិតបរាជ័យអញ្ចឹងគាត់ត្រូវតែត្រេះរិះរកគ្រប់មធ្យោបាយអ្វីដែលគាត់បានត្រេះរិះជាគេហៅថាជាចំណុចដ៏ល្អសម្រាប់យើងទាំងអស់គ្នាដើម្បីរៀនសូត្រជាពិសេសគឺបងប្អូនក្មួយដែលមានដែលកំពុងតែឆ្លងកាត់នៅវិបត្តិបើក្មួយយល់ថាវិបត្តិទាំងឡាយនេះគឺមានភាពធ្ងន់ធ្ងរអត់ទេអត់តាន់ធ្ងន់ធ្ងរទេអញ្ចឹងក្មួយឬក៏បងស្រីទាំងអស់បងស្រីទាំងអស់ត្រូវតែមានភាពរឹងមាំបន្តជីវិតរបស់យើងតទៅមុខទៀត
ខ្ញុំចង់និយាយតិចថា proverb 20:30 when we sin ពេលណាយើងមានមនុស្សយើងកើតមកមានកម្ម so sometimes យើងធ្វើអំពើអាក្រក់ God use discipline to correct us and God use suffering to develop us into a better people and so without pain, without growth.
Well, I love that. I love that part because most of us would turn the other way, thought about why me, right? And you not. You turn it and put it as a way like, well, the punishment is all about our sin. It's about how are we going to clean now. It's clear that you'll find your own God. So hopefully that from here on out, you'll be as successful as you are today, Sister Vera. Thank you so much បាទអរគុណច្រើនណាស់បងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នាដែលបានចំណាយពេលវេលាដ៏មានតម្លៃតាមដាននៅបទសម្ភាសន៍របស់យើងនៅក្នុងទិវានេះសង្ឃឹមថាអ្វីៗទាំងឡាយដែលបងប្អូនបានទទួលគឺជាសាច់រឿងមួយដែលបងប្អូនអាចយកទៅបាទសិក្សាឬក៏ដូចជាការចែកចាយគ្នាបាទឲ្យបងប្អូនយើងបានទទួលស្គាល់ឬក៏មានការរៀនសូត្រអំពីចំណុចទាំងឡាយដែលយើងខ្ញុំបានឆ្លងកាត់នៅក្នុងទិវានេះដែរដើម្បីបញ្ចប់នៅកម្មវិធីនេះខ្ញុំក៏សូមយកឱកាសនេះដែរដើម្បីនឹងជូនពរទៅដល់បងប្អូនទាំងអស់ឲ្យទទួលបានតែនឹងសេចក្តីសុខគ្រប់ប្រការសូមអរគុណសូមជម្រាបលា
Much later, she'd face trials, traumas, and tribulations, and go on to start a family and struggle to build a new life of her own, only to face an uncertain future afterwards as a prisoner of a refugee camp. Her life would take a completely different turn, however, once she reached the States, where part of her journey took her through more struggles to try and achieve success in a variety of occupations, including nursing, counseling, law, and finally, entrepreneur.